So you probably want to get back to your good habit, don't you? A couple of months ago I had a good time in my life when I meditated regularly. I trained regularly, I ate clean regularly. I walked on my purpose. And then you know what happens. You probably know what happens because probably it happened to you as well. I slacked off for a couple of days. Just for the weekend, just, enjoying myself. I was on a trip, whatever. I couldn't do my good habits. Then I returned to my home and now it's harder to do them. So you want to know why you can't get back to your good habits. That's because you don't feel like that. Truly, honestly, you don't feel like sitting there and meditating because you feel like it's hard. You don't feel like that, and that's the reason why you don't do that. Because you listen to that emotion, to that feeling. That's the everything that I will really can teach you. But of course I have some tips how to make it easier. So first of all, it's not even your fault. It's not even your fault that you feel that way. It's not that something is wrong with you. It is the work of your enemy, of Satan. And you may say, oh, Satan doesn't exist. Then how the hell would you really explain that it's so hard to do the good things and so easy to be lazy? He works with your thoughts only to make you a little bit more emotional, a little bit less disciplined, a little bit less masculine. Why? Because it makes you weak. And if you are weak, you are easy to control. That's all he wants. He wants just to control you. So honestly, if you will join us into our creed, you can really fight with him and finally become disciplined. How to do that? When I tried to get back on my meditation practice for a couple of days, I felt like it's hard. I felt like I lost the ability to meditate. You probably feel the same when you try to go back to gym after you were sick, for example. You feel like you lost your somewhat of an ability. And that's completely normal. The truth is that you haven't lost anything. Everything that you made, your all progress is still in you. It's just frozen because you didn't use that. So how can you unfreeze that? First of all, how can you unfreeze ice? Basically, how can you unfreeze ice? By heating it up. So if you want to unfreeze your abilities, you have to heat them up. And maybe, of course, sometimes you will throw this ice to a furnace with burning woods, whatever, to a campfire. But sometimes it's just heating it up a little bit. That's what we want to do. Just heat it up a little bit. So do the barely minimum. Go do the barely minimum right now. And to do that barely minimum, without that second step, you will not even complete the first step, okay? So listen to me very carefully for a couple of minutes, okay? I remember, I wake up, I go to school, I get back to my home. I walk for an entire day. Finally, I go to my bed, I lay there, finally. And I have this realization that, shit, I forgot to meditate. The truth is that if you won't schedule a time for your habit, you will never do it. If you won't schedule a time to read, you will never read. If you will not schedule a time to meditate, you will never meditate. Of course, sometimes you will have this discipline to sit, okay, I feel bored right now, so let's go and read something. Or, oh, right now I feel motivated, so I will go and meditate. But if you truly want to build a habit, that it's not just random thought that, oh, today we are gonna read something, or oh, today we're gonna sit and meditate. So we have to schedule a time. Go to your calendar right now, go to your calendar and schedule a time for the thing that you want to improve. For example, you want to back to gym. You want to get back to gym, okay? Schedule a time when you will get back to gym and stick to that. That's called time management discipline. Without that discipline, you will never get back to your habit. And the time management discipline, it's really everything. By the way, you may be heard, you may be saw that right now on YouTube there are lots of videos about morning routines, about evening routines, about timetables. Why is that? Why do you think is that? Well, that's because morning routines, I simply this time management discipline. And that time management discipline is overpowered. Morning routines are overpowered. Any type of routine, any type of timetable are overpowered. So if you want to really harness the power, get the full potential of your own body, mind and your success, you have to harness the power of morning routines. And if the first thing that you do after waking up is to take your mobile phone and watch some shit on YouTube, or you go to your computer and play video games, and you think that that's okay, get the hell out of my channel. I don't want you here, okay? Click off this video, unsubscribe, I don't care, get out. But if you feel that, yes, like, I have problems with that. I have problems, like I wake up and the first hour of my day is just sitting and scrolling through Instagram. And you feel that, yes, there is a problem in that. Welcome to our creed. I'm proud of you. And I want you to be part of our creed, of our group. So the last final tip that I will give you is the cycle from inspiration, motivation and action. I remember when I was writing a book when I was 16. Really, I wrote a book when I was 16. That's a funny thing, by the way. And I was writing a book when I was 16. I sit there and every writer have this feeling that, oh, today I don't feel like writing a book. Today I don't feel like doing that. Writing a book taught me an important lesson. Because you may think that this pattern, inspiration, motivation, action, it's just this. You have to have inspiration, motivation, and now finally you can take action. The truth is that it's more like a circle. So if you will start with action, with doing something, that will forge into that motivation, inspiration, motivation, then straight into another action. That's why morning routines are overpowered. Because when you start your day with action, with good action, you will build a motivation and inspiration to do something good about your life. When you want to write a book, the easiest, no BS thing is to sit and write every single day 100 words, 200 words. It's easy, it's like I don't know, half an hour of writing. So every single time for a couple of months I was sitting and writing just 200 words. And guess what? I never felt like I want to just sit today and write a book. But usually I stayed for longer than 200 words. And if you want to become more disciplined, to actually sit there and do that barely minimum, you will have to level up your discipline. And that's why you need that video. So go right now and watch that video. And if you want to become a part of our creed, a creed of masculine men who are not scared to work on themselves, a creed of masculine men who wants to improve their lives and build an empire, welcome, brother. Click subscribe to this channel to be part of our movement. Do your best and leave the rest to God.